All right, guys, so the location for the day is the Wakandan Embassy. It is the hot location with a 60% chance of being in your games for this day only for the next 24 hours. So what I've got for you is I've got 10 cards you guys can utilize in your decks in order to make the best use of Wakandan Embassy, and I'll even provide you with both a Pool 1 deck and a Pool 2 deck for you to use very shortly. Let's get started so we can make this video nice and snappy. Press the like button if you want to support the series, blah, blah, blah. I hate doing that stuff as a YouTuber, you got to do it anyways. What are we doing here? We got to talk about the Wakandan top 10. So basically, the number one, we've got Torch. Torch basically is a Pool 3 card. Every single time it moves, it doubles its power. Wakandan Embassy gives it that power swing, right? You basically start at 4 power, then he becomes an 8, then he becomes a 16. You can do the math. He becomes very strong. A very good card. Uatu the Watcher. Alex, why do you have Uatu the Watcher here? Are you serious? But with Wakandan Embassy, it's so important that you actually have Uatu in your hand, because if you know Wakandan Embassy is coming, you're going to hold your cards, because like there's no use of playing a 1-drop on turn 1 if you can hold it and get 2 additional power. So like you really want to hold on to your cards if you know Wakandan Embassy is coming. So 100%. You need Uatu. And then what you want is Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister, the power is multiplied by the clone, so Wakandan Embassy basically makes this a 2/8. Absolutely insane value. So I mean, Mr. Sinister gets you a little more of a board presence, really good in zoo decks because you can use like Wolfsbane on top, but regardless, just a ton of value for Wakandan Embassy with Mr. Sinister. Multiple Man, amazing in move decks, becomes a 2/5, and when you replicate, the 2/5 bounces back and forth, and then you can do the usual shenanigans to get him even higher, but Multiple Man, an excellent choice in Wakandan Embassy. Swarm is great too, becomes a 2/5, and when you actually discard the Swarm in your discard decks, Swarm actually maintains its energy level, not its energy level, its power, I should say, but replicates because it's making copies in the hand. So if it gets hit by Wakandan Embassy, you actually maintain the replications. So that's pretty damn awesome. Swarm becomes extremely valuable with this location. Mysterio is also super valuable here because Mysterio basically becomes a 2/7 and his illusions become a 2/2. That's huge. That's like a ton of extra value because you're putting 3 on the board. And honestly, Mysterio is one of the best cards you can play on Wakandan Embassy right now for that very reason. Moreover, Shang-Chi, how can we not talk about Shang-Chi? We got noobs using Wakandan Embassy to get themselves over 9 power. You just punch him out. It's easy. Shang-Chi's value off the charts during the Black Panther extravaganza. And of course, it's Black Panther. That's exactly why we have this Wakandan Embassy set up right now. It's a hot location. Everything's revolving around Wakanda, Black Panther, and etc. And doubling its power just makes it all the much easier to punch it out with Shang-Chi. I do think the additional power for Black Panther might actually be a detriment because of Shang-Chi, but anyways, he does benefit. There's no doubt about it. Finally, no, this is actually second last. We're missing one here. I'll explain why in a sec. Captain Marvel. If you're holding Captain Marvel in your hand early in the game and it becomes a 5/8, that's amazing. Captain Marvel can solo win you a game. It's basically a win for free card if like she just moves with an 8 power and can move to any location to win you the game. Amazing card. Captain Marvel disproportionately benefits from that 2 additional power because it can literally win you the game. And the last card I don't even have in my collection, so I can't add it to the list. It's Brood. Brood makes 2 additional Broodlings with the same power, so naturally the 2 additional power really benefits Brood because you get 3 of them. Brood's awesome. Haven't even unlocked it yet myself. It's one of the few cards I'm still missing. But anyways, let's talk about the decks. Pool 1. Pool 1, it's a very standardized deck here that's going to take as much value as you can from the hot location. You got Uatu, as I explained. You're doing the Ant-Man Zoo into the Angela. If you're in Pool 1, you don't have to worry about Killmonger, so you don't need the armor. You're taking advantage of the Mr. Sinister. Colossus is just a very good 1-drop, you know, especially into like negative locations. Wolfsbane, excellent to go into the Mr. Sinister. Jessica Jones, just an excellent card. And White Queen's great. I think a lot of people are sleeping on White Queen with this Wakandan Embassy hot location. Because think about it. If they have a really good card that has the +2, you just like pull it out of their hand with the bonus, right? Like White Queen takes that bonus and is like, ha, I get to play your 6-drop or your 5-drop with the +2 as well. How do you like them apples, right? So White Queen, I think, is low-key, kind of like a pretty cool card here. And then you have the Blue Marvel, Black Panther, because why wouldn't you want Black Panther, into finally Onslaught. And Onslaught's to amplify the Blue Marvel, so that you can basically get your Mr. Sinister and everyone else zooing out a little more valuable. You could also replace Onslaught with Odin if you wish, proc on top of the Black Panther for that extra juice. if you want to get really greedy. I like the idea of Onslaught into the Blue Marvel because you do have things like Mr. Sinister. The +2 Wakandan Embassy is going to give you a lot of added power across the board, and Blue Marvel is going to just make it just high enough that you can contest pretty much everywhere on board while being pretty good in terms of your actual board state and win condition. Pool number 2, we've got ourselves a hot location featuring a move deck. Basically, it's a similar move deck. The major tech cards here is Black Panther to take advantage of the Wakandan Embassy. You've also got Shang-Chi because everyone wants to get punched out because they're running up their power level so high. Shang-Chi's a must-add at Pool 2. Killmonger, Nova, the natural. You want to Uatu again so you can know when Wakanda's Embassy is coming, because if it's there, you hold your multiple man, let it get buffed, and then you play the multiple man in as well. Doctor Strange is key because once the multiple man gets huge as a 2/5, you pull it back and forth. Hulkbuster's great for the same reason it's always been, and of course, you finish off with the Heimdall. Guys, links in the description for the deck codes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, blah, 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 blah. We got another video down below that you can watch if you're so much interested. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next Marvel Snap video.